If I was to be in any one of these three states, I know that I would be from the people of paradise. No doubt about it. He said, the moments that I'm reading the Quran or listening to the Quran. This is not reading the Quran and listening to the Quran while scrolling through your apps or having a bunch of background noise going on, or just having it somewhere in the background. No. To sit down and to recite the Quran with contemplation and introspection. Take time to read the Quran, a daily portion of your time. So that's his first state. He said the second one, when I listen to the khutbah, the sermons of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now obviously, we don't have the blessing of living amongst the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I want you to think about the most righteous person you have ever been around. And of course, only Allah knows the hearts. But you were around someone who you knew had a particular state with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. A righteous scholar or a righteous worshipper. Someone that's distinguished with their ilm or their ibadah, their knowledge or their worship, and you spent some time with them. What was the state of your heart like? How was your iman in those moments? How was your iman in those moments, your faith in those moments when you had righteous companionship? Imagine what it was like to be around the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The state of a person's iman, sitting with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, listening to the khutbahs of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So part of this is his presence alayhi salatu wassalam, that is unmatched in any way whatsoever. The Sahaba would fear hypocrisy, because when they were with him, where were they? Hamdulillah radiyallahu anhu. And then Abu Bakr saying, Nafaqa Abu Bakr, that Abu Bakr became a hypocrite. Hamdulillah became a hypocrite. Why? Because when we're with the Prophet ﷺ, our iman is here. And we can't sustain that when we're away from him alayhi salatu wassalam. But that's not normal to sustain that anyway, because if you were like that, you'd basically be an angel. You can't. Listen to the third one. When I am witnessing a janazah. I had someone tell me last week, I prayed more janazah in 1 month than I prayed in my entire life. And wallah, I think at VRIC, we prayed more janazah in 1 month than we prayed for the existence of our entire community, it seems. All of the janazahs we're witnessing. What is that doing to you? Where's your heart during those janazahs? As you're witnessing and praying those janazahs. He says, and he continues by the way, he says, every time I watch a janazah in front of me, I talk to myself. This is now self-talk. I talk to myself and I tell myself what the deceased is going through, experiencing at the moment, being carried from the hearse, the car, to in front of me, hearing the Imam above him saying Allahu Akbar 4 times, knowing that he's about to go to his grave and will hear the footsteps of the people walking away. I tell myself from the perspective of the person that is dead, what is happening to me right now? And I start imagining I am the one being pulled and what I'm about to experience. And what are my thoughts right now? What is it that I'm about to encounter? Those moments of witnessing the janazah and telling yourself, that is me. And being able to put yourself in the position of the janazah. And the more you're thinking about your own janazah, the better your janazah is going to be, inshaAllah ta'ala. The more you're telling yourself about the experience as you're watching someone else go through it and preparing yourself for it, for this day, prepare yourselves. The more ready you will be when you are actually the one being carried out of the car. And actually the one, you've already rehearsed it. How many times have you rehearsed your janazah as you watched it taking place in front of you? And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the best of endings. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to live our lives in a way that is pleasing to Him, and make the best of our deeds the last of them, and make the best of our days the day that we meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.